Well, I'll have to break up your discussion here because our caller, we did mention that he was going to call, and Dr. Dan Benishek on the line with us. How you doing, Dan?
Good morning. Good. I'm doing well, Doug. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Doug and David also on the line here. We were just talking about your race, actually, and your opponent a little bit. And I thought I was going to, one of the questions I looked up a little bit earlier, I didn't know a lot about who was running. I'd seen an ad on television, and it struck me as a little peculiar, and so I guess you could say I did a little research, but I was one of the questions I was going to have for you is some of the differences that you're seeing.
Differences in what?
Just your platform, what you believe in versus what Gary. Some of the differences between.
Well, I tell you what. Two of the big things are health care, okay, and Medicare and the economy. Now, listen, the economy is issue number one. We need to get some jobs moving in northern Michigan. We need to have our small businesses flourishing so they can hire more people. This administration has been very difficult for job creators. I've been talking to people in small business across the district, and they tell me three things. Number one, there's so many new federal regulations that are coming out that cost them money to comply with, and they're concerned that they can't hire people. The other thing is that they're concerned about is that Mr. Obama wants to raise taxes on small business. They don't want to invest any money, and they don't know what their taxes are going to be. And the third thing, of course, is health care. Mr. Obama promised us his health care is going to decrease costs, and it hasn't decreased costs. I mean, the average family premium has gone up $2,900 a year over the last 2 years. I mean, I want to repeal Mr. Obama's health care plan because it takes, another reason to do that is it takes $700 billion out of Medicare. Our plan is to preserve Medicare. Their plan is to take $700 billion out of it. And they're going to do that by cutting payments to hospitals and providers. As you guys all know, every community in northern Michigan has a small hospital. Not everyone, but a lot of small hospitals there depend on Medicare. And I'm a doctor. All right? I mean, I know how important these payments are to our local hospitals. I want to make sure that our local hospitals are there to take care of our seniors. With the Medicare Trust Fund slated to be out of money within 10 years, we need to address it. And I think our plan does that without, harming anyone.
One of the things I had noticed in listening to an ad, there's been a couple news stories up here in the UP where they would ask you a question and then off the air ask like Gary a question, and he's running away from the job issue. Whenever it comes up, or it's so different in contrast to you, I feel he's running away from, as if I don't know, do you think he's not relating, or just has no answers?
I can't answer for Gary. I can only answer for myself. I was a small business owner for 30 years. I had my own practice. I had to make my payroll. I understand what the issues people in small business have. I am concerned that these regulations cost people money, and they can't afford to hire somebody. The new health care rules, people are concerned about what it's going to cost them. Mr. Obama promised that we'd be able to keep our insurance, and that hasn't proven to be true. Many people in business are considering, I can't afford to provide health care anymore. I'm going to take the penalty. I mean, I want, our seniors to have the health care that is a promise to them. And I want the system to be preserved for, those people who are younger than 55. I want them to be there, for the long run.
Dr. Kent, this is David here. I have an aunt that has been sickly. I've seen 7 doctors in the last 3 months, 7 of them. And every one that I have an opportunity to bring this up with is I discuss Obamacare. So far, I only have one that is going to hang on for 4 more years until he retires. All the rest of them are considering getting out of the business. Is this something that Mr. McDowell has addressed at all?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he supports the president's health care plan, which wants to cut payments to local hospitals, cut payments to doctors, and have bureaucrats in Washington decide, what kind of health care you're going to get. I want people to have options. I want, our seniors to have options as to what they do. We're not having the government tell them how to do it. I mean, this health care problem, we need to address the cost of health care, okay? If you haven't taken care of patients, I think we got a great medical system. The problem is it costs too much. And Mr. Obama doesn't address the cost. Well, what we need to do is we need to get the health insurance to become cheaper by making it competitive. Let's have health insurance be like car insurance. You can buy it from anybody in the country. We get to open that market up. And have health savings accounts, which are, tax deductible accounts, which you can choose how to spend your money yourself. You can buy an insurance policy that suits you, not, whatever your employer wants. I mean, there's lots of options out there that we can look at that, provide options for patients and don't involve the government running the entire health care.
One more I'll let Doug go on here, but I wanted to comment, and this is something that's not brought out enough in your plan, is the fact that there is now a built-in safety net. I've been even down here at Schoolcraft Memorial Hospital, up on the wall it says, we will treat every person that comes into our emergency room. And people are, for some reason,
right on the heels of speaking of the Republican National Convention for the state of Michigan, Dr. Dan Benishek was trying to know that.
Devin, sorry about that.
Sorry to those off there, Devin.
Trying to find out which channel that was coming through on.
Let me finish up real quick. But for some reason, this has been the Obama spin machine has been able to manufacture this as 32 million people won't have health insurance, and that's just not how it works in this country. Is that right, Dr. Dan?
Listen, we need to have cheaper health insurance, okay? And competition, wide open competition will make that less expensive. With your car insurance, you have a lot of options of what you can buy, where to buy it, what coverages you want. We should have those same options with health insurance. And, that's the kind of the system that I'm trying to promote.
Dan, I know you've looked at Dr. Roger Beauchard's plan, which would also allow someone who isn't part of a large company in a big group plan to take advantage of not having to buy health insurance with after FICA tax dollars. It seems like the fair thing to do. Is there any talk in your caucuses that when Obamacare is repealed, when we have President Romney and a majority in the Senate of Republicans, that there will be, like you said, health savings plans. But is there any discussion in the caucuses about making things more fair for people who are not just a part of a large group plan?
That's exactly right. There's a lot of things about that plan that are excellent. I mean, I think that's a great plan. We're trying.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. I thought I lost the signal there. But anyway, I think that's a great idea. And that's what I'm saying. Expanding health savings accounts and make them, in other words, tax-free. Put money that go in there tax-free, and then use that money for health care. Buy your own insurance, buy your over-the-counter drugs, shop around for medical care. I mean, I think it's a great option.
Right, because most people today, if they're on Medicare or they have a plan that comes after a small copay, they're not even concerned what the charge is. They don't even look at it. The healthcare providers aren't even. If you ask them for an estimate or what it's going to cost up front, they look at you like you're nuts.
That's one of the problems with healthcare. A lot of people don't even know what it costs. I mean, like getting an MRI. People should be shopping around for an MRI. You can get an MRI one place for $600 and $2,000 another place. People don't know that because all they're paying is the copay. And you're exactly right. By shopping around, you're going to be able to find value. We've already seen that with this LASIK surgery by ophthalmologists. You know, LASIK surgery first came out, you know, it was pretty expensive. Now the ophthalmologists are competing. You see in the paper that is advertising for, you know, $650 an eye or $2,000. You know, you need to have competition amongst providers too. That will bring down costs.
Right, and the reason that particular procedure has competition, I believe, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, is because most insurance plans don't cover it. It's something you have to pay out of pocket, so it kind of forces the doctors into competition rather than have X amount covered by insurance.
Well, right, that's one of the things that having a health savings account will encourage people to be shopping. If you want to preserve the amount of money in your health savings account, you know, if you don't spend it, you get to keep it.
And then there would be new insurance plans that would be designed because as people build up money in their health savings account, they would try to get something that maybe just covers catastrophic things because they got enough money to pay out of pocket. And when you have to pay out of pocket, you shop around, and there's automatically competition, and the prices go down. Now, I want you to address this. As a doctor in the UP for so many years, I think you probably noticed as much as the consumers that oftentimes we have a shortage of doctors up here, and to get people to move up here is not the easiest thing. David's point of 6 out of 7 doctors that he talked to with his aunt here in our area in the 1st District are looking to get out of the business. Could you possibly see if Obamacare stayed in effect that we'd be losing a lot of our small hospitals and our providers up here and having to travel further because of a shortage of doctors?
That's exactly what's going to happen if Obama healthcare plan is allowed to exist. Because his plan is to pay hospitals and physicians less. And they're just not going to be able to afford to stay open. And people are going to end up traveling a long distance to get healthcare if they can find it. You know, that's why I'm so opposed to it. You know, like I said, I've been taking care of patients for 30 years. I know what it costs to have somebody come into my office. If you pay somebody less than it costs to see them in the office, you know, it's not going to make it worthwhile for them to keep their office open.
A lot of these seniors that have retired back to the UP after working all their lives may have to move back to the big city to be close to health care. You know, they won't be able to stay up here in the 1st District. Yeah.
That's an issue. That's definitely an issue. Listen, I'm going to have to run because I got another appointment, but, you know, I really appreciate having me on, and, you know, I'll let you get back again. So, you guys had some great questions. You got some insight into healthcare that a lot of people don't have. I was happy to hear those questions. That was great. So, hey, Doug, Devin, Dave, thanks, man.
Thanks a lot for being with us again. Look forward to next time.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yep, I did.
Once again, Dr. Dan Benishek checking in with us. And we have to go to a break, yes.
Here it is.
All right. Once again, our website, WPIQradio.com. Morning Breakfast Show is the link up at the top. Our email address, WPIQ@GreatLakesRadio.org. And our studio line, 906-341-4927. We'll be back after the break here on the Morning Breakfast Show.